Good evening, everybody. Today is Tuesday, July 22nd, 2014. My name is Trista. Welcome to my vlog where I talk about whatever pops in my head and comes up my mouth. And right now that's hiccups. Hi, Ellen. Blessings. I want to talk about some blessings today. I have been blessed through this whole journey and with my surgeries next week and everything with two amazing individuals, Barbie and Troy, who are the pastors of the First Baptist Church of Windermere and here in Florida, and they are coordinating for the next 2 weeks while after my surgery, meals to be taken care of for me while I am out of commission and recovering and just trying to heal, so I don't have to worry about feeding myself when I should be focusing on recovery. So I just cannot tell you guys enough how thankful I am for everything that you guys are going to be doing. And there's a lot of people that have been asking questions about exactly what this Kickstarter is. I know my skin vlog that I added for the video on it was nothing to do with my Kickstarter, but just to show my skin basically from a year ago, actually a year and a half ago. And so now the purpose of this Kickstarter is this. I've never spoken about all of what I'm about to publicly ever. So a lot of it probably will sound kind of intense and a heavy conversation, but hey, like I'm going public with this anyway with my Kickstarter, so I might as well tell you guys exactly what you're investing in. So let's go back to 11-year-old Trista. My sister had been having some medical issues, and so my mother had wanted me to get tests done when my sister was getting some tests done, just to kill two birds with one stone. Well, when we did the test, it came back that I have this rare condition called where I am unable to have kids, and it actually is a condition that is hereditary and has ran in my family for generations. And so when my mom found out we had it, she just basically had asked me what I thought about it, and I was ecstatic. I would not ever be having to worry about having kids at the time because I had no intention or desire to have kids of my own. So fast forward, in high school I was average weight, and when I was 16 years old, I had my follow-up appointment, doctor's appointment, just to see the severity of my condition that I have. And so the doctors were like, yep, you're going to need to have your ovaries removed eventually, but you want to do it sooner than later. Well, I turned 18, which is the cutoff of when they recommended me having my ovaries removed, for the purpose that every year that they stayed within my body, since they are not producing anything of value to my body, just sitting there is a high risk of developing tumor and cancers. And so, but I just had never had any complications with it. I had never had any hemorrhaging with them or my ovaries or anything like that. So I had really, it was kind of out of sight, out of mind, just this thing I knew about. And I really still at this point didn't really care about not being able to have kids, just because my kids, I grew up in an environment where kids were kind of annoying and in the way, so why would I want to bring that into my life? So after high school, I had ended up gaining, I have ADHD, and I had a doctor that prescribed me this one medication, Adderall, that helped with my ADHD, but also with to manage my weight from when I was younger. Well, I got taken off of my parents' insurance at 19, and every year after that, I had ended up gaining anywhere from 20 to 40 pounds a year, until 2 years ago, where I ended up being 365 pounds. And again, I really was just content with life and everything that it brought me, and in the job I have now, I've learned that God has given me a gift to be a parent, and that I do want kids someday. But more importantly, like, I want to find a husband and a man that loves me and just accepts me for who I am, which has been really hard because in starting my Kickstarter, I had realized one of the biggest reasons why I am a 30-year-old virgin, and I've always known that that has been choice, but doing this Kickstarter, I realized a big thing, kind of epiphany with this whole thing is that I've been terrified to be loved, and what I know I've talked about that in vlogs, but one of the reasons why is because I subconsciously think I felt that to love me is to be cursed then. And so if a man truly would love me, then he's cursed by loving me because he can't have kids with me. Which is really hard. And there are scientific advances right now that are coming out that are actually making the ability of me to have a surrogate child of my own biologically surrogate child semi-possible at the moment. So that's kind of exciting. Yeah, and so not only do I have the whammy of not being able to have kids on my belt, but I also, now that I've lost all this weight, I have skin. I mean, you can see just under my arms, which this is nothing. I don't mind that. But my stomach and my thighs and my butt sags a little bit, which is obviously a given, losing 200 pounds. So I went to the doctors for the first time in 12 years or 14 years regarding my condition to get my ovaries removed, and they're like, sure enough, we have no tumors, no cancer, praise the Lord, but they do need to get them removed as soon as possible. And the doctor was describing where the incision points would be for the robotic surgery, and I told her I had no concern because I would be getting a tummy tuck one day to remove all the excess skin I had lost from my weight loss. And she had asked why not getting them done at the same time, and I just told her financially that's just not an option right now. And so she just looked at me and she was like, you deserve to have someone do something nice for you. I want you to meet with our in-house plastic surgeon who deals with a lot of our reconstructive surgeries for mastectomies and what have you, and see how much the total cost of everything would be. But I know insurance-wise, there's a few things through insurance that we can bill that will be covered. But yeah, just see what he'll take care of, and then we'll go from there. So I did, and I have been informed of what insurance will take care of, and there is still a good portion that they will not. So that's why I've done this Kickstarter, is to be able to have a documentation of the recovery process of this type of skin removal surgery for reconstructing after extreme weight loss, but also just to show like the world the path of a 30-year-old virgin wandering the world trying to find the man of her dreams, and just with all of the things I've had to overcome in my life and my journey, knowing the value I am and not to settle for anything less and holding out for that true love. So that is in a nutshell of what this Kickstarter is about, to help fund not only this weight loss, but also to kickstart every other aspect, including from my romance life to my acting career, to also I wrote a book that will, if this Kickstarter gets up and running, will be published by the end of next year. So yeah, there's a lot of big things happening in my life, and that is in a nutshell of what this Kickstarter is all about. So if you would feel the need or desire to contribute, or if you feel like in any way my story inspires you or could inspire someone that you know, please feel free to become a backer, or if in the very least just share my story with those around you, and maybe together we can touch people's lives with a real life story of a real Cinderella, so to speak, story. So yeah, that is my vlog for the day, folks. I hope you had a great Tuesday. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night, and thank you. Be blessed. Peace out, world.